Opinion: Apple coronavirus warnings highlight complexities of tech supply chains. It's essential to remember that this issue is a challenging humanitarian crisis first and foremost. As the impact of the coronavirus spreads, Apple issued a rare statement yesterday related to the coronavirus impact on its quarterly earnings guidance, and that announcement is now reverberating throughout the tech industry as well. The company reported that its current quarter's earnings will likely be negatively affected by several factors related to the virus, specifically its effect on the Chinese market and its global supply chain. What makes the news even more disconcerting is that the company had already suggested on its last earnings call just a few weeks back that revenues for the quarter could fall into a much wider range of potential outcomes than they typically provide because of the uncertainties the virus was creating. A second negative statement just a few weeks later highlights that the impact of the virus is proving to be much worse than originally thought. The fact that they didn't say how much the earnings guidance decline would be also emphasizes the uncertainty about the total extent of the virus impact. Specifically, Apple said that sales of iPhones in China, an increasingly important market for the company, will be lower than it had predicted because many of its retail stores and other retail partners' stores have been closed as a result of the virus. In addition, as stores reopen, the traffic in them has been significantly lighter than normal, leading to the slowdown in sales. Theoretically, online sales shouldn't be impacted as strongly, but it's not hard to imagine that the delivery mechanisms in China have also been slowed by the virus. Ultimately, however, it's essential to remember that this issue is an extremely challenging humanitarian crisis and that companies need to be, and likely will be, sensitive to the issue and do whatever they can to keep their workers safe. The second factor Apple cited, a slower ramp to full production after Chinese New Year, is potentially more troublesome, because it impacts the company's entire global supply of iPhones and other devices. In addition, it certainly implies that other major tech hardware vendors could start feeling this soon as well. As most people know, the vast majority of Apple's devices are built in Chinese factories, so the company, like most every other hardware tech vendor, is currently very reliant on these Chinese factories cranking out products in huge quantities on a steady basis. And that's really the problem, because if Apple is starting to notice the impact strongly enough that it felt the need to issue a statement on revised guidance, then we're likely going to see a lot of other hardware-focused tech vendors do something similar over the. For more on this story, visit the news article link.